Page 122, La Raspa. Fun piece. They're introducing a new time signature here, 6/8. Now for the first time we get something other than a 4 on the bottom note. This is an 8 on the bottom note. Well, if you understand time signatures, it doesn't matter what the numbers are, you can figure it out. 6 beats in a measure, or you're counting to 6, that'll be fun. But you're counting eighth notes, so an eighth note gets a count. So when you look at this, you think, oh good God, how do you do this? Because you got eighth rests and eighth notes all over the well, an eighth note gets a count, so an eighth rest gets a count. Okay. And really, that's it. There's nothing tricky about it. I'll talk about the natural accents a little later. Just right now, let's get this part. Let's look it over. You have first to second endings. You got repeat signs. This will be fun to do. We have treble and bass clef. 6/8 time was said. One flat in the key signature. We are in the key of F major here. Make sure you can do the F major scale. You ought to be doing it 2 octaves up and down by now. And also do the D minor scale, because it also has one flat. Do that. If you want to do the chromatic scale starting on those notes, that's fine. I'll leave that up to you. I give the instructions for all of that in the scale videos, so go do that part. The beginner and intermediate level at this. This is not exactly beginner music anymore. You're a little beyond that. So let's talk about this one hand at a time. Starting at the beginning, we have a pickup beat. We're coming in on beat 6. So here, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And you come up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Here, you can do that if you want, otherwise the thumb is fine. 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. If you don't want to do this, then you're pretty much stuck with this and 2, 5. You can just stay out here. Otherwise, use the fingering in the book if your hand will fit. This rhythm is very repetitious. Now go down to measure 18. That's where it gets interesting. We got all these repeated notes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Again, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3. Come up. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Reach down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, and then there's an 8 VA above it, so you go, instead of here, you go up to here. Because when you repeat, there's a note above the measure, 18, above the staff, second time 8 VA, so the right hand is going to be up here. But you start the 8 VA in the first ending, so you're here and you're here. There, and you play it all up there. The second ending is also 8 VA, you're here. But you have a DC Alfini sends you back to the beginning. And the beginning is not 8 VA, it's local here. So you come back down here. Left hand gets the chords. Here, one chord, just 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1. Isn't this exciting? And then you eventually get a 5/7 chord, one chord. So much for the left hand. Now I also want to explain measures, 16 and 17? It's the last 2 measures of the third line on page 123. First and second endings. There's no repeat sign. They give you a note again, tunic strain. You don't need the note. And you're not always going to get it. Just know that if there's no repeat sign, you go on. But you got to skip any other endings. Don't play those yet. So you go on. So that would be the next strain or the next line is what they're talking about. The fine is at the second ending because the DC Alfini sends you go, you know how all this works? Okay. So the piece is a little bit longer than it looks. Put them together, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2. See, here you're holding it down because this is just an eighth note. 1, 2, 2, 3, 4, 5. 2. That's it. Now there is a bit of a problem here, and that is the last 2 lines on page 125, starting in measure 18 with the repeated notes. don't play this too lively, you can do that. That's okay. But I would recommend on these repeated notes that you alternate 1 and 2. And learn to do this. Start with 1 here. And on the E's, same thing. Start with a 1. And then a measure 22, same thing. And then 2 measures later, alternate between them. Because this helps you to stay relaxed. It allows you to play a little faster too if you want to. Although the whole thing is at 1 speed, so watch out. It's a good practice, and it will help you out when the music gets even more complicated and whatever, to be able to play different fingers on repeated notes, especially when they're fast. So I recommend that. Just a 1, 2, 1, 2. That's all on each of those. For articulation, well, the rests give you in between, otherwise you're connecting everything. Okay. On measure 16, there is an SF. That's a new articulation mark, dynamic mark, whatever you want to call it. It means sforzando, which is another Italian word. So for piano, sforzando is just basically the loudest accents you can have. It's a loud note. Clasp the wrist when you do it. Don't get but it's a loud note for piano. Dynamics apply, of course, to the melody. Whatever you think mezzo, forte, loud. Keep these chords soft. Keep them soft. You have sforzandos over on page 23 in various places. Those, again, a loud accent is all it is. It's a really loud. No. It's like a fortissimo. It's like a 2 Fs all of a sudden. You have to judge it. Don't get vulgar with it. If 1 F will do, fine. But when you're at mezzo forte, an accent would be 1 F. That takes it up a notch. But a sforzando is going to take it way up. It'll take up at least 2 Fs. For the speed, well, here it was lively again. Look, it's got to be accurate. 2, 3. And it's not the speed of the beat we're talking. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Because we're going to feel this, as in most 6/8 time, we feel it in 2. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's really what we're after. It almost feels like triplet. Tripola, tripola. So you're feeling like the chords in the left hand is the beat. 1. There, that's kind of the feel of it. But it has to be accurate, so it's got to be your lively, not somebody else's. There is a forte at the end of the first line. Into measure 8, I've missed. So you go up a little louder, from moderately louder. Yeah. Keep the left hand in the background though. I'd like to play this with you very slowly. Let's just double check the notes and the rhythms. I'm not going to do any dynamics. I'm going to play the sforzandos more like an accent rather than a loud sforzando. But we're going to do the whole thing with the repeats and the first and second ending and the whole bit. I'm going to give us 5 counts because we're coming on beat 6. 1, 2, 3, ready, go. 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 2, 2, 3, 4, 5. 2, 2, 2, 3, 4, 5. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 2, 2, 3, rest. 2, 3, 4, 5. 2, 3, 4, 5. 2. Go on to measure 18. 2, 3. 2, 3. 2, 3. 2, 3. Repeat. 2, 3. 2, 3. 2, 3. Second ending. Back to the beginning. 4, 5. 2, 2, 2, 3, 4, 5. 2, 2, 3, 4, 5. 2, 2, 2, 3, 4, 5. 2, 3, 4, 5. 2, 5. 2, 3, 4, 5. 2, 3, 4, 5. 2, 2, 2, 3, 4, 5. Second ending. 1, 2, 3, 4. Rest.